Hi everybody, I'm Ryan, and today we're going to talk about Jeskai Convoke in Standard and how to sideboard with it against the top 10 most popular decks in Standard. If you're looking for an analysis of the deck or a deck tech, I posted that video last week. You should check that out. This is just going to focus on sideboard, so let's do it. So this is a Jeskai Convoke deck, and let's look at the sideboard. Destroy Evil is for creatures with toughness 4 or greater. I'm thinking like demons or Shieldred, but also really good against enchantments. Split Up, we're playing mostly for other aggressive decks that are going to be have tapped creatures against us, or the mirror match if they're convoking. It can kind of get people. It's pretty awesome. We're playing 2 Disdainful Stroke for these domain decks or board wipes or things like that. We're playing 4 Protect the Negotiators, mostly to protect ourselves against board wipes. Or if you know the opponent's deck has cards that are just insane against us. We have to remember these 4 Protect the Negotiators kind of dilutes our primary game plan, so it's really important to understand that if we're bringing that card in, it needs to be for like a really good reason. Lithomantic Barrage, mostly for the Dimir and the white deck, but it's just like a solid card, decent in the mirror match too. And then we're playing Torch the Tower for these aggressive decks, but also really good against the enduring cards because it exiles and makes it so they can't come back. So the most popular deck in Standard is Dimir Midrange. Against Dimir Midrange, we are bringing in Lithomantic Barrage. We are bringing in Torch the Tower. The cool part about Torch the Tower, specifically in this deck too, is that we have a lot of artifacts to bargain. So we can deal 3 damage really often. So we can deal Enduring Curiosity reasonably easily. So a big thing here is I'm not a giant fan of Sheltered by Ghosts because they run a reasonable amount of removal. They have to tap out to do it, but like it'd be kind of devastating if we Sheltered by Ghost something. And then we're just going to bring out 2 Clockwork Percussionists because it's sort of the flex slot in the deck. This is how I sideboard against Dimir. The second most popular deck is the Golgari Midrange deck. Against Golgari Midrange, we're bringing in Destroy Evils so that we can get rid of those really big blockers like either Demon or Shieldred. And then we're really looking at cards in our main deck that we don't want in our deck, and really the only card is Sheltered by Ghosts, just because they have a bunch of removal. We just can't afford to use that card. So then I kind of alternate between Torch the Tower and Protect the Negotiators. The 2 Protect the Negotiators is solid if you're really worried about Harvester of Misery, where Torch the Tower is really good if you want to get rid of these cheap creatures that are looking to block you. I think going 1-1 is totally fine, but so this is how I sideboard against Golgari Midrange. The third most popular deck is Gruul Prowess, and we're going to be sideboarding the same as this deck. Again, the Mono Red Prowess deck, which is the 6th most popular deck, and the Boros Mice deck, which is the 8th most popular deck. So this is for all of those 3 decks. Against those decks, we're bringing in Split Up because they're going to be attacking a bunch and we can kind of get them. We're bringing in Torch the Tower as that creature removal. And then we're going to be bringing out some of these weaker creatures. Sheltered by Ghost is disgusting because it gives lifelink. I think Resolute Reinforcements is probably our worst card besides that. So we're going to shave on that. And this is how I sideboard against those 3 red decks. The 4th most popular deck is Jeskai Convoke /aggro, the mirror match. It's also good against the Azorius Convoke deck, so we're going to be sideboarding similarly with both. I'm a fan of bringing in Split Up because you can kind of get them after they do their Convoke stuff. Lithomantic Barrage is solid. Torch the Tower is pretty good. I don't think Sheltered by Ghosts is super worth it because there's plenty of removal and we're looking for cheaper removal or literal board wipes. And then we're going to shave on our flex slots. That's how I sideboard in the mirror match and against Azorius Convoke. The 5th most popular deck is Domain. Against Domain, we're bringing in these Destroy Evils. We're bringing in these Disdainful Strokes. We're bringing in Protect the Negotiators because they have board wipes. It is big boy scary. They have plenty of removal, especially board wipes, so Sheltered by Ghosts just kind of does nothing. We're going to shave on some flex slots as well. Whoops. And so that's how I sideboard against Domain. Now we already know how to sideboard against the 6th most popular deck because it's Mono Red Prowess. We already know how to sideboard against the 7th most popular deck being Azorius Convoke. We talked about that when we talked about Jeskai. We know how to sideboard against the 8th most popular deck, Boros Mice. And so the 9th most popular deck is the Teimer Floodcaller combo. Against Teimer Floodcaller, Destroy Evil's solid. It can take out some creatures sometimes, but mostly being able to take out those enchantments we're super duper worried about. Lithomantic Barrage takes out most of the creatures. And I'm a fan of Torch the Tower against nearly all of the creatures as well. I like Sheltered by Ghosts as a removal spell against this deck because it's really important we remove the creatures in general, and they don't have a ton of removal themselves. So we just are going to bring out our flex slots And then because we're bringing out so many creatures and not bringing in any, we're going to shave on these payoffs as well. So this is how I sideboard against the Teimer Floodcaller combo. And then the 10th most popular deck is the mono white control deck. Mono white tokens, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be bringing out Disdainful. They have a bunch of really scary enchantments, also Beza and that stuff. We're bringing in Disdainful Stroke for big, scary, like board wipes, Sunfall, all that stuff. Same thing with Protect the Negotiators. And then we got to take out this removal. Removal just generally isn't that good unless it's like very cheap and always gets rid of the stuff. And so this is how I sideboard against mono white. So there you go. That's how I sideboard against the top 10 most popular decks in Standard with the Jeskai Convoke, Jeskai Aggro deck. If you liked this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on social medias. Links are above me and in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.